Hey, welcome back. This is game number 2 between Team Oxygen and Team Suprememe. I'm Pythian. I'm here with Gems, and well, last game it seemed to go pretty interestingly for Team Oxygen, right, Gems?
Yeah, they completely suffocated Team Supreme Meme out of the game. They took their jungle. They didn't claw their way back into this game, and we're going to be interesting to see how this match plays out.
So let's introduce our players this time. Last time we kind of missed it because of our audio issues, but we are on this time. I'm checking right now. So we've got Godspeed playing the Muriel for Team Supreme Meme. It's Arsenic on the Gideon. A guy on meds, well, he's on the Grux this time. Tricks are for kids. He's playing Steel, and then Natosick, he's going to be on the Sparrow, making some of those nice loops to start the game. Here for Team Oxygen, we've got Marty on his Narbash. Talkflit playing the Fae, flitting around here. Leighton, he's going to be playing Chimera. Cameron on the Murdoch once again. And B Certified, well, they're putting him on the Rampage again.
It worked in the first game. I don't see why they shouldn't change. What we should note is that Howie and Deco are banned. Oxygen banned the Howie, so Team Supreme Meme banned out that Deca. So no Howie Deca combos this game. But as we can see, some Chimera's been allowed through this round, and Leighton instantly swiped that up, which allowed Team Supreme Meme to get that Grux. So a bit of a role reversal. Like there's Team Supreme Meme, instead of the Feng Mao, they have a Grux now who's going to hopefully be able to give them a lot more damage and CC in the upcoming fights, which they sorely needed.
So a couple heroes reprising, or players reprising their roles here. But we are going to go back in this game, and perhaps Narbash gets caught a little bit. Smash and grab, but pulls Leighton back, and he's in between two heroes. There's a third coming in. Meteor dropped on his face. Leighton, he's in a ton of trouble. He's in a whirl of hurt. He's trying to get away. He jumps down, jumps up, and well, actually might even find a kill. A guy on meds. He's dead once again. Gideon trying to chase this down. One more hit's going to do it, but he dodges. He dodges to the left, dodges to the right. He's Shia LaBeouf, and Arsenic manages to find the kill finally on Leighton, but he's so far in that at the end of it all, it's going to be 3 kills for Team Oxygen.
Yeah, that it looked like what it looked like a really good start for Team Supreme Meme just turned right on its head, and they managed to get the one pick, but Gideon still fell down taking that. So Oxygen, really well done to them. They collapsed extremely well, and they punished Team Supreme Meme when it should have been a fight for Team Supreme Meme right there.
Yeah, Supreme Meme almost sounds like cremated a little bit. And now it's gonna miss by Marty on the red lane, but you know, just gonna keep going with the game here. That was a really rude joke about being cremated. I'm sorry. I should never have said that. Gruss coming around the backside. A guy on meds. He could catch out Narbash and will actually go for him. He's kind of ignoring the Murdoch a little bit. They're gonna get the creeps, only creeps with the smash and grab. So that gank is just gonna fall short.
Yeah, a guy meds missed the smash and grab. It's kind of his bread and butter. You need to hit that every single time in these ganks, otherwise you can get really punished for it. Because while you're doing that, if they can dodge it, Icameron's going to be sitting there. He's going to buckshot you. He's going to be hitting you if he can while you miss, and you're just standing still. So you have to hit it because that's what punishes people the most. Pulling them towards you, completely pulling them into your own minion wave and forcing them to take a lot of damage in the early games. And without it, Grux is going to struggle for the ganks.
Also, you have a little bit of those mind games going on. I mean, you miss 1 or 2 of those smash and grabs, and then you start missing more. Do you think that psychologically, just kind of missing all those skills is going to take a toll on the players?
It can affect you a little bit because you're thinking, damn, I missed, but smash and grab is one of those abilities. You only need to hit it a good one once to turn the game around. So as long as you get that one crucial one when it matters, that's what really matter. The rest are extra bonuses, put it that way.
Well,
And
hopefully, Team Supreme Meme, they're able to get some of those extra bonuses because B-Cert, he's not against a Fae this time. It's up against a Steel, and he's kind of dominating
and
the
in
lane
left
right
lane,
now. Oh,
there's a 2v2 win.
damn.
Marty Rivia just with that speed boost, with the thunk, just they went all in straight away. They hadn't even backed, so that was poor play on Nado6. He should have seen that the aggression, and he should have backed out.
Oh,
And
Arsenic. Dodges the rock. Actually, nice portal dodge of the rock to get away from the rampage over on mid.
And Leighton instantly, the second they got that kill in left lane, jumps into the enemy jungle, taking these level 3 camps, which is just prime example of what you do to take little bits of leads here and there. You deprive them of any sort of CXP that they can grab. Just grab a few of their camps here and there, and it just gives you so much of an early game advantage. And with 40 seconds on the clock, hopefully we're going to see the teams back, spend their 9 points, and get ready for this black buff.
Yeah, these buffs definitely big points of contention for the teams to look towards, and a lot of them are going back to base in kind of waves. The phase back right now. A lot of these players also getting up to level 5 where they'll have their ults. 4 of those up already for Team Oxygen, and if it comes to a fight at the black buff, I have a feeling that Team Suprememe, they're probably going to find themselves on the back foot quite a bit.
Well, they have so much potential to fight this with the Grux Steel and Gideon combo. If they can time that correctly in the early stages of the game, there's nothing that Team Oxygen can actually really do. Marty's on the Narbash. He's going to want to sit in the back lines. He's want to hold on to that thunk and just aim it on that Gideon every time he uses his ult. That is their prime source of stopping the Gideon ults in these fights.
Yeah, it's always nice when you have the long-range stuns for getting to pull him out of the ultimate, so you don't have to go too far into it. Something like a smash and grab, maybe a little bit too close sometimes. But things like a Richter pool, the Thunk from Narbash, definitely great tools to use against the black hole.
Yeah, it's kind of going to be his role for this fight, Marty. He's going to want to speed boost people in and out of the black hole. He's going to want to keep people safe. And depending on how he plays this, could really turn the fights. Marty's going to have to be hitting this thunk every single time on Gideon when he ults and not using it prematurely. Because if you force Leighton to jump on him, he might end up being out of position when he wants to be killing a carry and things like that. And Fey ult can also stop it, but ideally they're going to want to combo that Fey ult with something else.
I'm kind of hoping for a fracas in the foliage in a couple seconds here. Guys are kind of grouping up around the jungle, but they're evacuating now and going over towards the lane. Looks like Team Oxygen, they're kind of ready to go in on this fight, even if there is a big combo from Suprememe.
Yeah, everyone's pretty equal on card points. The only advantage they have is Cameron again. He's been farming extremely well. He's sitting on 12, and he's spent those card points. So, and Oxygen, quick on the rotation. They're going to be probably taking this mid tower if they can get a wave.
Yeah, quick rotation. I don't even know if they need a wave. They're just taking it down extremely quickly. And the rotation from Suprememe, it's a little bit slow. Steel, ready on the backside. He's got the ultimate available. He could get it on the 3. He's just hiding out here. He does get hit by those vines, and he's forced to back up a little bit. Might have thought about going for it, but the rest of his team wasn't really there, so he definitely needed more personnel for that. And once again, it's the same story as last time. Team Oxygen, they're taking map control.
Yeah, they got that tower, and a guy on meds is... He's going to die right now. He's in such a bad position.
It's almost like he's just taking it.
I think what they need to do is control... Like, as you can see, Team Suprememe have controlled their red side jungle, but not their blue side jungle. So Oxygen, recognizing that they've got that mid tower, just pushed into the enemy jungle to punish everything and just steal as much as they possibly can from them right now.
Interesting that the Murdoch is playing against the Sparrow right now. She's been kind of left alone here with the Muriel. She's not level 5, but when she does get up there, the Reversal of Fortune can probably make the Sparrow play a little bit more aggressive. It's only the Murdoch, but Talkfoot, he's come over here and has the Vine. She'll put down the Fly Trap, bring him back in. Murdoch's ready for it, but Gideon's ready with the Black Hole, pulling them all in. Faye trying to get out to the low ground, and the Black Hole is going to end. Talkfoot trying to fly away here, but the Meteor gets dropped on her head. Unfortunately, there's just no more pursuit here from Orange, and Team Oxygen might think about re-engaging.
Yeah, Marty Riviera's there, and he's got a lot of health regen he can provide, so they can top themselves up and carry on this push, whereas Team Suprememe are going to have to rely on more conventional methods with their pots, and hopefully try and have enough from that, whereas Marty is going to be able to provide a hell of a lot with his Song of his people. He's going to be banging on those drums, healing up his team.
You know, it's interesting how we see a lot of isolated 1v1s still on the map at 9.5 minutes. Like we had Sparrow and Murdoch earlier. Now it's Steel against Rampage as he runs away now. These teams, they're not feeling as aggressive as they've been. Now we've had a tower down, but sometimes I feel like in these matches, the 1v1s kind of break down a little bit earlier than this.
The problem happens in these sort of 1v1, 2v2s is that no one has the damage to outright burst the other person quick enough. So it allows a lot of the team to either disengage or re-engage with the rest of their team. So as we saw there in the red lane, Tokflit managed to escape on Faye and nothing really happened of it because there wasn't enough damage to do it. And if Suprememe carried on being the aggressor there, they could have been heavily punished by a recollapse from Team Oxygen.
Still waiting for more aggression though. 10.5 minutes in. The black buff responds at 12, right?
Yes, in a minute and a half, we're probably going to see a fight around black or an objective like a tower. So, Cameron, he's again double the points of a guy in Meds and Godspeed. He's sitting on 18, where they're sitting on 9, and you can just tell it's his pure ability to farm. He's 20 farm higher than most, on average, 20 farm higher than anyone on Team Suprememe, and that you can just see the advantage that's given him.
And Marty Rivera going through a joyous drum procession, I would call it, of the jungle. A little bit close to the enemy, but they're just kind of feeling them out right now, trying to get some good vision down, lots of wards placed down. That's one of the interesting things that I see about a lot of the pro matches, or I guess we could call them pros at this point. I think that's fair. Just so many wards placed down. It shows how important vision is to the teams at this level of play, and really any level of play.
Yeah, wards are key to nearly all victories. By having wards, you can predict what your enemy's plans are. You can predict where they are, where they're going, what towers they want to take. Even you can even use the fact that you have vision in one side of the jungle but not the other to extrapolate and go, okay, so we have vision on this side of the jungle. It means they most likely have someone in the other jungle.
Oh, Marty's been sneaky. He's going to go right down. Holy mother of damage! That used to be a Sparrow.
He's not a Sparrow anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. Just turned to ash. Just two heroes absolutely annihilated over at the red lane. And where's Cert again? Where is B certified? He's still on mid. They don't want to go for this tower, but they're just being super aggressive, going in behind it even. They're just taking buffs. And there is nothing that Team Suprememe can do about it right now.
Yeah, they have no reason to actually force that tower right now. They're gonna buffs are spawned. They're gonna go take the red. They're gonna take the black. Then use the point advantage to then tower dive because they're gonna just starve everyone. And tricks up for kids. Bit of a tricky spot, but he should be okay.
It's just a punching battle. He even throws in a rock for it, but he does have some back from his team. Oh, but he's used the ultimate. I love this. One of the best parts about Paragon is how you can use the vertical distance to give yourself an advantage in the game. If you know how your hero works in just like which ledges you can jump up, like I bet you most Steel players wouldn't know that you can jump up there with the leap, but it's great to see players who are very used to the hero and can use the terrain to their advantage.
Yeah, but the problem is at this early game, Steel's going to have a fairly long cooldown, and it's not going to be up in the next fight most likely if Oxygen want to press the advantage right now.
So is that something you just play around as Team Oxygen or Team Suprememe, as in like pushing the aggression with Team Oxygen, or just turtling a little bit for Suprememe and kind of catching the blue side off guard?
As we can see, Team Suprememe has a similar wombo combo, but the problem is they don't have the global range of the Murdoch. So they're gonna when they do their combo, they need all 5 there, and that's quite easily telegraphed. Whereas Oxygen don't need that many people there to do the combo. They can have 1 or 2 there, and Murdoch could be sitting in another lane and still provide utility with his ultimate.
Man, there is really no fear for anyone on Team Oxygen right now. Mari's just running straight up. There are 3 heroes over here on the left side, and he doesn't care. He's just gonna jump. Look, he's jumping.
Yeah, he's got the backup of his team. All 5 are sitting on that left side of the jungle. If any fight was going to occur, Oxygen will be there first. And he knows that full well. He's in a really safe position, and he wants them to try and fight him.
So here comes a push on the tower. I have a feeling that it's going to go down pretty quickly. There is a bit more of a rotation here from Team Suprememe, and actually they're going to stop Team Oxygen in the tracks a little bit.
Yeah, there's not that much wave clear. Gideon's new Q doesn't have the wave clear. And a guy on meds, instantly blown up.
Instantly evaporated. And I guess he needed some better meds for that one. Narbash, he puts down that aura, and they're just going to go right and jumps in on the rampage. He's slamming, he's rolling. He's going to get knocked in the air a little bit, but the rest of his team, they are coming in. So much speed from the Narbash. A little bit of a shield coming in from Trix, but this is probably the effect of the cooldown that we talked about earlier. Just not really having it up in time for most of the fight. He gets it on the back end, but it's really not enough at this point.
Yeah, as we can see, Oxygen take that tower, and they, again, have managed to take this huge lead in the early games. And Leighton, that was some speedy autos on my screen. I don't know about
definitely.
you. But
Yeah, he's just attacking with axes as fast as Manny Pacquiao hands.
And okay, now Oxygen, they're going to keep this push up. They're going to use the movement speed from Narbash to get that minion wave up the tower a bit quicker. And do they have? They don't have black buff, so this might be a bit risky.
They're just kind of going on the tower, giving Rampage a little bit of the tankiness as he just runs in there. He sort of really doesn't care about tanking up, and that's just kind of how he plays. He wants to take all the damage for his team, making sure that, you know, he's just tanking all the damage, making sure that his team doesn't take it. I mean, what a guy. He's so nice.
Yeah, that's kind of his role in this game, and it doesn't look like Suprememe have. I don't know. It feels like they're struggling to communicate what's happening. They're not engaging cohesively as a team, and they're not making decisions as decisively as Oxygen. And they're going to need to win, to hopefully claw back this game and take the win.
Yes, they absolutely will. Leighton getting a little bit cut out inside the jungle, and B certified. He finds a friend of his own. Come on, get in there. Yeah, Leighton, he's just trying to fight as hard as he can, but he doesn't really have the rest of his team with him. He's got a lot of stacks up, but it's not nearly enough to keep him regenning. And Team Oxygen, they just say, you know what, you're on your own, man. We're going to leave you there. And he's going to cry as he dies.
Yeah, they're just cutting their losses there. Just give them the one kill, regroup, wait for him to respawn, and hopefully try and take any fights now under a tower when they have a slight advantage of the tower hitting the enemies. And I suspect they're going to potentially give up this tier 1. Oxygen are a bit slow on the rotations. So that's going to be a bit of a band-aid to their problem right now. Yeah. They're going to be able to get this and get some CXP, but it's essentially a band-aid for what is a pretty large wound.
Yeah, it's like putting a band-aid on your arm that got chopped off, right?
Yeah.
So in the end, a guy on meds, they push the tower, but it's really not going to help them too much. Nice steal ultimate into reversal fortune onto Cameron. He's taking quite a bit of damage here, but has he though? He's actually just standing strong. Godspeed, he's right in. Here comes Arsenic, he's a Gideon, and he's trying to do everything he can to try to kill anyone on Team Oxygen, but there's just too much damage. They're trying to take down Trickster for Kids. Narbash hits those drums, runs forward. Unfortunately, the steal is gone, but this is the chance for them to go for the Prime Orb.
Yeah, this is Oxygen prime position to take this the Prime Orb, and they're going to take it and probably just recall, get their health back up, and then go for the drop. It's 17 minutes in, it's an early Prime, so it's going to be fairly quick for them, especially with the lead they currently have. Now, let's take a look at farm. Oxygen, miles ahead in farm, 40 creep kills.
Yeah.
More than 6 points ahead on nearly every player, and it's just not looking good for Team Supreme right now.
That's pretty obscene, actually. Like, these guys are so many card points behind. Like, even the lowest for Team Oxygen, they're not even utilizing their points, but they're at least 6 points ahead. That's just a huge lead for them, and something that I think is going to be very difficult for Team Suprememe to try to go up against.
Yeah, Team Suprememe are trying to take too much every time they've got a win, because even if they got that one kill, Oxygen can potentially win a 4v5 out of card point lead. So when you got that kill and you got that tower, you need to run. You need to run. You still haven't got a lead. They're going to collapse on you. And as we saw, they got punished heavily for it, and Oxygen now have an Orb Prime.
Yeah, they got the orb, and as we saw in many of the other games, it gives so much of an advantage and also denies it to the other team. So we're probably going to see Inhibitor fairly soon. Team Oxygen, I guess they're going back, or farming a little bit, going back to the base right now. Still a lot of towers up in the right lane. Team Oxygen probably want to start taking those down fairly soon, but it's kind of at the point where if you take one inhibitor, that's probably going to be the game.
Yeah, they're going to 100% go for this orb now before it runs out on Certified, and if they get that orb, they're most likely going to get an inhib on top of it. So it's going to be a tricky fight. I'd like to see Team Supreme push up a little bit, maybe get a bit of vision before this fight, because they're going to need every bit of help they can get. And let's take a look at the builds. Leighton has gone for a lot of armor. He's gone for the Thorn Green with spiked bone plates and elected to upgrade them with armor. And I really like Top Flit's build as well. He's gone for that cheap Elder Mage Amulet with Staff of Adamance, and again a Venom Shell, which gives him energy armor with physical armor on top of him, and that's going to be really good against all the Sparrow and the Grux damage that's coming out at him.
All right, is this going to be the final battle for our teams here? They're just going to run up the left lane towards the drop-off. They're trying to engage a little bit further out, trying to fix the mistakes from the last game, but still waiting for this real engage to come through. Leighton, he's bleeding, rushed through by a guy on meds, but not a Seek. He's on the other side of this, and he's got a Rampage and a Marty trying to kill him. And the first one to go down is going to be Grux. Oh, laser, long arm of the law, just bringing in that hero, and Murdoch finds the kill. A nice portal away by Arsenic, but it's really not the distance that he needed. He's the next one to fall. Godspeed. He's just trying to create space, but tricks are for kids. He might be a silly rabbit here.
Yeah, this is exactly what they didn't want in that fight. Oxygen had the prime start on. Nadosic just got completely controlled. Crash bang on the Marty Riviera on him. He had slows everywhere. And now I just love what Narbash can do. He's just speeding up the minion wave. They're going to take this inhib a lot quicker than normal.
Oh, yes, definitely. And the only bad thing is these respawn times are a little bit low for Team Suprememe, but maybe we just have another fight right here for the game. I think that Team Oxygen might be a little bit smarter than that and decide, you know what, we're gonna give him a chance. We'll have mercy, and we'll just back up right now.
It's the low risk play. You back out, you've got the inhib. There's no way they're getting back up right now. They've still got orb probably for a reasonable bit of time. They're going to just use that orb advantage to take all the other towers and just let the left lane push constantly with super minions that they have to deal with.
Well, I don't think they're going to actually step off the gas pedal anytime soon. They're back here in mid. Narbash putting down the R's. Certified, he has his pet rock. He's going to talk to it. He's going to throw it. He's hit Godspeed. Gets hit with a tower for his trouble, but it doesn't matter. Muriel's dead first. Luckily, no one else is getting caught out, but I don't know if this onslaught is going to be stopped. This Chimera train is going to keep choo-choo down the mid lane.
Yeah, it's, again, Oxygen in prime position. Really good rotations on this fight. And
oh, Steel ultimate, but it completely misses everything. Be Certified just runs right in. He's regenning. He's got the tower hitting him, but it's just a tickle at this point. Nice black hole up in the air, but Chimera, he's just going to go right for him. Arsenic, he's not looking good at all. Probably not the best chemical composition there. And that second inhibitor is going to be gone. Arsenic trying to back up. Reversal of Fortune. I don't think it's going to reverse enough fortunes. It knocks down a lot of heroes and a ton of creeps, but Godspeed, he's going to need a lot more than that to win.
Yeah, this looks like Oxygen's going to be pushing in for the win. And surprise, it's been, well, a commanding lead for them in both games. Team Suprememe has had sparks of chances to win this. They've had loads of good chances on fights, but Oxygen, congratulations to them. They're going to be in the finals of the ESL Community Cup, and what a match.
What a dominating performance. Just so much huge ultimates, great teamwork, and fantastic farm from Team Oxygen. And my real question here is, can this train be stopped? I believe it's probably going to be Team Carbon, right? Are Team Carbon going to be able to stop this train?
They have a good chance, to be honest. Team Carbon is a really strong team, but currently we don't know if they've made it to the finals. Our predictions are they will be. They're currently against Project Final Paragon, and hopefully the winner between those two will put up a really good match against Team Oxygen. And let's hope they can bring down this train that Oxygen has been riding on.
All right, we are getting pretty close to burning the midnight oil. Sorry about that. We will possibly be bringing you a little bit of the Team Carbon against the Deutsch stack. Possibly. I'm going to take a little bit of a break, and we'll see if we can bring you some of that match. But after this, it is going to be Team Oxygen in the final against the winner of the other semifinal. Thanks for watching, guys. And as always, cheers.